when you divorce, on your first opportunity, you should apply for financial remedy application to the court. So in this video, I'll speak about what is financial remedy and what remedy you should include. And well, financial remedy basically is not only the property, what family matrimonial home only. In the financial remedy, you can seek lot of financial compensation, financial remedies such as maintenance pending suit, pension, periodical payment, settlement of the property, settlement of the transfer of matrimonial home in your sole name. So it depends on your particular circumstance. However, when you start the court proceedings, you should complete the application form and submit it. But what I'll advise you, because financial remedy is very complex matter and you could lose a lot if you don't get a right advice on the start of your application. So I'll tell you not to make your application by yourself, rather than at least do a consultation with a lawyer who is experienced on financial remedy and family matter to get right advice what application you should make and what remedy you should seek. Now, in the financial remedy application is basically a settlement of your family finance. Family finance means including the property, pension, and one of the important issue is, especially when we deal with the foreign divorce. So, for example, especially those people who are settling in the UK, they are migrated from different country. What they do, some partners, such as most of the cases, the husband side, basically, they send a lot of money in their back home. They build a property empire, they build houses, businesses in back home. And the other spouse might be, even she doesn't know about it, was the husband has in back home, and even they don't claim about the property. So if you have any property anywhere in the world, this is also a matrimonial property. Now, what I do, first I assess if the spouse who, if you don't know about what your other spouse property have in a foreign country, there are resources there. You can invest in a private private investor will go the home country, get the information, get the details of the asset, and that will give you a very good position in the call, because your husband might, or your wife might hide this information. He will not, she will not disclose this information to the court. And if you can bring this evidence to the court, that will destroy the credibility of your other half. So that is where you need to work on. Now, that's what the experience will give you. So that's why my advice, consult with a lawyer. Now, in your financial remedy application, you should apply as soon as possible. Now, in divorce, once you apply for divorce, my advice will be, don't wait for decree absolute. Apply immediately, because there are some tricks and trap in the financial remedy. If your other half married, then might be you will not able to get the maintenance. Okay, so it is advisable as soon as, if you want to apply straight away, don't need to wait. But before make the application, think if your husband is cooperating you. I always try to settle financial remedy, financial matter without going to court, or even go to court before the final hearing at the FDR. We'll try to settle it, because financial remedy application is expensive. Lawyer or solicitor need to do a lot of work. Is not only the completing the application form A and the financial information from E. If I'm sharing my experience, basically, if the solicitor spend time on your case, you'll get more remedy. The reason is sometimes the lawyer need to do a lot of investigation about husband or wife's financial position, because we need to go all your bank statements. Say, for example, the other husband or the wife, other party, doesn't want to show that he has £100,000 in bank account. So what he did, he transferred slowly 100, 10,000, 20,000, 50, 50,000, like this. I will go through every day his financial transaction, and I will raise this question to his lawyer or to him, that where he has transferred this £10,000 on 21st of September 2022. Give an explanation. then I will trace all the payment, where it's coming, where it's going. That is what expertise is. And then, of course, so for example, in my experience I'm sharing, I dealt with one case where husband basically doesn't disclose he has 2-3 company. So I go to the HMRC. In a HMRC around 2-3 years old reports, HMRC accounts account submission, I showed that he received basically a dividend from another company. Okay, so then I go to the company house and I find there are 2-3. He was a director or some manager of a company. So I click on the director and I see he 2-3 company. He was a director. He's the sole shareholder of this company. I bring this issue in the code and then bring all the accounts of the company, and I find a lot of issue here, a lot of property, shareholder, selling. So this is how in the financial remedy application is, as I said, is sometimes complex. The lawyer has to be an investigator of the other party financial position if they are not honest or if they don't want to disclose everything to the court. So there are some technical points where we need to work on. Secondly, the complexity is about the foreign property, foreign asset, the valuation of the foreign asset. This is also need to involve foreign lawyer, foreign investigator sometime, especially people from Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, some African country, Nigeria, Ghana. So there are issue where the parties send money in back home. They buy houses, property, businesses. Sometimes they divorce here, and they don't want to bring the foreign asset here in the court. And the other party doesn't know even what the husband he has, because the girls or the boys born and brought up here. So what he is not familiar with the property in back home. So that is the issue. That point, lawyer will help. So what we do, we appoint a private investigator to find out. Sometimes some of the countries like Bangladesh, I know all this how system works, so it's easy for me. But any other country where I don't have connection, I always seek help from other lawyers. So it depends on your case. Now, in your application, basically, when you apply, you should seek all the remedy. What are the remedy? So another remedy where the complex area where the many people basically missed to claim and maybe even doesn't know about it, but is the private pension. So if the party has a pension, this is also matrimonial asset, right? So make sure you claim and bring this issue in the court. So when you apply, you seek all the remedies. So maintenance pending suit, you can claim, because there is some benefit of to click it. So I'll tell you later. And then lump sum payment, also you can claim. You can claim property adjustment order. You can claim settlement or transfer property if you have a child for the interest of the child. You can claim periodical payment if you don't have job, you earn less than your other half. You can claim pension sharing order, or you can claim pension compensation sharing order. You can claim pension attachment order. You can claim pension compensation attachment. So all sort of remedy basically depend on the circumstance of the family. But whatever it is, in my application, I don't know what the other party had at that stage. Maybe the wife or maybe the husband even doesn't know whether the other party or husband or wife has pension or not. So in that circumstance, I'll claim all the remedy, what is available. Then when the time will come, when the other party disclose this information, I'll go through the payslip. Say, for example, another investigation, I just sharing my experience. Say, for example, husband hasn't mentioned that he has a pension, right? So I went through his payslip and I saw there around a year before there a regular pension payment from in the payslip. Then I raised this in recusation, asked this question to his lawyer, and then I get the bring pension. So maybe you don't know if your husband or your wife has a pension or not, but you need to investigate. So if you need, in the first place, if you don't claim, if you don't seek the remedy, you can't claim it later. Maintenance pending suit. Now, most of the cases where there is a big difference on income of both party, and financial remedy application, as I said, is expensive. It takes time. Say, for example, it takes time 1 year. 1 year, the wife has not enough money to pay the solicitor fee. she even can't survive. Legal aid is not available in the circumstance where the private financial remedy application. So in that case, you need to go to the court and ask for financial maintenance pending. So in maintenance, while this case is pending, you should ask the court to make an order to your husband or to your wife to pay monthly £2,000-3,000 or whatever you need, right? So at least until you get the full remedy, you will get some payment so that you can survive. You can pay your solicitor cost, you can pay the court fees, and you can go on to until the financial. So this is called financial maintenance spending. So now, in terms of periodical payment, most of the case the court wants clean break. In case of clean break, court is very unwilling to give a periodical payment, because periodical payment left the court an option not to clean break. But if go to clean break, now what, instead of periodical payment, you can get a lump sum payment from your other party, so that you satisfy all the periodical payment. But if it is not possible or not appropriate, then you need to go periodical payment. Say, for example, you have a kids. Now, you need a period until the child or children, all over become over 18. You need to get a periodical payment. So from your other party, of course, you'll get the child maintenance, but child maintenance is separate matter. Child maintenance is nothing to do with the financial remedy application. But child maintenance is not enough, so you need to get a periodical payment. So, for example, if you have a disabled child, so you need a periodical payment. So, right. So until your child get over 18 or he become left uni higher education, you need to get a periodical payment. So this is all sort of remedy you should seek. In terms of property, which is also we need to valuation, contribution, all sort of things we need to deal with. But of course, you need to be very careful when you apply on your first application. So this is brief information about financial remedy, what remedy should include, what should you consider at the beginning in case of separation. And also another important thing is what I want to remind you. If your property, any property, any matrimonial asset is in the sole name of one party, you should immediately make an application to the land registry to register your marital right restriction, so that the other party can transfer the property in any point. So that is important. You have to be very careful so that otherwise what the other party can do, transfer the property to someone else, or mortgage the property, so that you can't get much money from the house, or you can't get the house. So that is you need to consider immediately, as soon as possible. So that is all about today. Particularly, the financial remedy, it depends on the circumstance of the family, whether you have children or without children, how long you are living, what is the contribution, what circumstance or conduct led to separation. So all sort of things basically we need to consider when we advise. I don't know, this is general information, but according to your circumstance, we can provide expert advice. We can advise what route you should take, what remedy you should seek. So if you need any help, please feel free to contact us. My name is Sahal Ahmed. I'm principal solicitor of SWF Solicitor. We have office mainly in Milton Keynes. However, we have a satellite office in London. We also work remotely wherever you are in the UK. If you need help, feel free to contact with us. We'll do a Zoom meeting. I will give you advice, and accordingly we can take your case wherever you are in the UK, or even if you are outside the UK, please feel free to contact us if you need any assistance. Thank you for today.